Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Alrighty, folks, Snedeker here with the gang, a gaggle of men. This is the man show.
Yeah, have we done all guy podcasts?
I don't know if we have.
Brown
Mr. Curiosity Podcast, Brown Bag Monday edition, and also, shall I say, Pennsylvania Outdoor Life edition.
You gotta love it. We're gonna be making animal noises here before you know it.
Jake brought his calls in.
No, I didn't. But hold on.
Don Jacobs is here. Brian Hollingshead is here. John Meyer is here, and I am here. And you did bring something.
I brought the moose.
He brought a moose. It doesn't
now,
do anything.
This is not just a moose. Every employee was given this.
I remember that.
And if you had a trouble with somebody, you could put it on their desk and you could speak freely.
Oh wait.
Right, that's what the rules were. I brought that today because if I feel uncomfortable, I am placing.
No,
you
don't know what we do here.
No, I don't.
There's something else here that replaced them. As soon as you feel uncomfortable, you hit the bell.
Well, I'm gonna have the moose hit the bell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We have a way out. If you feel uncomfortable, hit the bell.
Hit the bell, and no one says anything. It's
all right.
over.
Well, I'm going to let the moose with you,
I don't
too.
think anybody's hitting the bell.
No one's hitting the bell.
Nothing off top.
It'd take a lot to make us feel uncomfortable.
I'm unoffendable.
Are you?
Yeah, I really am. I don't know
that'll be my thing today.
you.
We'll try to challenge.
All right, I said I have a big announcement.
Right.
And now the expectations are too high. All it is that yesterday at 4 p.m. I had pizza, and I haven't eaten since because I had blood work at 11 a.m. today, as of the day of this recording. So I can't wait to get out of here.
So you're starved.
That's 18 hours without food.
Wow.
And I take it to the extreme. I don't even brush my teeth or use Listerine.
Sorry, John.
Because I'm afraid. Yeah, that's why. Because I'm afraid that'll taint the blood sample.
Oh, you're
So I probably have bad breath now.
You're a purist.
You're
I'm
a
a
whack
purist.
job is what you are.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
now Joe's
I'm
ringing
a
the
guy
bell.
who doesn't feel offended.
We've offended him within the
No,
first
but
minute.
if you have Listerine, what if you accidentally drink some of
I
it?
know,
Or
there's
the
alcohol
toothpaste
in
goes
it.
down. Yeah, and then I'm afraid.
I give you credit, though. I've decided I can't do blood work on this shift. I got to wait till the weekend because
Oh,
I
really?
can't wait that long. Waking up at 2 in the morning, I get too hungry.
When you think of all the struggles of our species over all these hundreds of thousands of years, and we're like so pampered now. Oh, I've gone 18 hours without food. That was like the norm for our species. For
Sure.
tens of thousands of years, I feel like such a pampered baby.
Well,
But I wanna
well,
eat.
puts it that
Well,
way.
yeah, I guess.
Jake looks like a big hoagie to me right now. I just want to bite your head off.
Well, you look like a pimple in that with that hat on.
Thank you. I had my WNEP hat on all morning, but I don't want to go to the phlebotomist
All right.
with the WNEP hat on because then you're like a jerk.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
nobody's going to know who you are. With
I
that
put the
hat.
neutral hat. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, so this is Brown Bag. We each pick a question. Did you notice, John, they haven't been here in a while. Look at how full that is.
Oh,
This
it's
is
almost to the
catching on,
top
yeah,
now.
So it's almost at the top. There's little strips in there.
Okay.
There's big fluffy ones. There's new ones. There's old ones. But you guys don't like just go, oh, yeah, this is it. I want you to dig deep, mix it up, pick a strip, pick a fluff.
Feel it when you
whatever
pick one,
you
you
want.
feel
Yeah,
it.
whatever you want. You never know what we're going to get. It could be something we reject and immediately hit the bell.
All right.
And what are the rules? No compliments
So we
and no birds.
We want everyone to know, keep the questions coming. It's brownbag at
No
WNEP. Brownbag at WNEP.com. Brownbag at WNEP.com. No compliments are allowed from the people. No French-related words. And no questions about birds. Although we can break that with these guys.
Yeah, I was just
here.
going to think today.
That's right in our wheelhouse.
Questions are allowed.
I don't know why those three.
Yeah,
things
I mean, the third one just blows my mind. Why no questions about dogs? Why birds?
It's just birds.
I don't know.
You know the first one's going to be about a French bird.
French bird.
But what's new with the POL? What do we need to know?
Oh,
Anything?
lots of decorating in the cabin. We debuted a new look. We have new curtains. We put up a green screen. The art department made this huge, beautiful map of the state, and we covered one of the walls with that. Basically cleaned it up and gave it a sharper look. Now, it means more work for Brian because we're using green screens and wipes and all
And
that
why
kind of
is
stuff. Why more work?
No, why did you do this?
We
update?
we just felt. I'm going to be honest, okay? This is an honesty thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
We put a
sure.
fence around this whole building.
Oh, that's
So
why.
when I open the windows of the cabin, I see a a chain link fence with barbed wire on top of it.
Yeah, and guys with machine guns.
And then every now and then it's on
Yeah,
a 30-second cycle.
Yeah.
But honestly, we just needed to not see that, so we got new curtains, covered the one set of windows with this beautiful map
Oh,
that
I
Mike
see. Okay.
DeFleury made, and the green screen was just an idea. Like, let's bring it up a little high tech.
Yeah.
So when I do the people and places segment where we show here's little Johnny with this fish, I can say, take a look at this.
Oh,
that's
that's
a beautiful.
good. That's awesome.
So yeah, so that's we're excited about. Hey, the show's been on the air for 40 years.
40
right?
years.
And those curtains have been there. My mother and my grandmother made those curtains.
Those greenish
Yeah, those
ones?
greenish ones.
No.
We left one
I didn't
window
know that.
off camera with
Yeah, you'll
with
never
those
see it.
curtains.
Well, and not everyone knows it's not just a set. The POL thing isn't a set. It is an actual
whole cabin.
cabin on our property.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful cabin that anyone would love to have as their camp or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But it's right here for your
yeah.
your
So we're
studio.
excited about it. It's little things like that that we're changing around. So
Just
we
like
had-
when we got our new set, we were all excited.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had a new graphic package. Our graphic artist, Mike DeFleury, did. We hadn't had an updated graphic package since 2012.
yeah, our
So
new
you-
open has like a rattlesnake
it's
on
great.
it and a deer snorting and
He did
people
great
shoot-
work. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
a
he's
matter
awesome.
of making it look a little modern. We got new graphics.
And what coming up? We have
Well,
trout season,
yeah,
right? Big
they
times.
start stocking the streams next week.
Right.
Right. So we'll be at a hatchery next week, and then we're going to follow some people stocking the trout. Before you know it, it'll be turkey season. The turkeys are going to start gobbling, so we'll be out, chasing turkeys in April and May, and a lot of stuff. Ice fishing. That was like in and out,
What,
2 or
like
3
1
days.
week, pretty much,
That's
if
it.
that?
And honestly, like I made a commitment to Brian and I that we won't go out until there's at least 6 inches. Some guys go out at 3 or 4. We just won't do that.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff coming up. Once those ponds clear off, we'll be out crappie fishing, hiking, that kind of stuff. So
You
we're
mentioned
excited.
the fish hatchery.
Yeah.
Is this just me? In the 70s, that used to be a minor weekend vacation trip for the Snedeker family.
Oh yeah.
My mom and dad would take us to a fish hatchery.
Yeah.
And we would stand over the edge and just watch all the fish. And that was a big weekend for the Snedeker family when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old.
I'm not sure.
The Pleasant
that-
Mount one,
Yeah.
and there's others.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ple-
that was-
yeah, absolutely. And Pleasant Mountain is right in your backyard,
Yeah.
right? I'm not sure that it's that much of a destination because
Anymore.
Yeah, anymore. It just seems like there's so much pulling on families between soccer.
Yeah.
Well, Brian knows he's got kids in soccer, baseball, blah blah blah. So I'm not sure, but I know people do go and see.
Yeah, the
Oh,
hatcheries
it was
are
definitely
still,
a thing.
It was
though,
a thing
'cause
for
we
you,
went,
too? Yeah,
we went to the
okay.
hatchery too. Just
See,
to
it was
see
a
fish.
thing
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, and all the state hatcheries are open for public tours, and
Yeah, so
maybe
there's a
people
nice
just don't
public
know about
announcement.
it.
It is fascinating.
Oh,
Well,
it's
we tell them
amazing
every
to see.
year. Yeah,
It is.
So they put these fish on a big ladder that lifts them up and
It is cool, yeah.
drops them into the tank. So we'll be doing that next Tuesday. We're going to be in Tylersville.
And for anyone listening, trout stocking too is a really fun thing to take your kids on.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that numerous times with our kids, and they love it.
Yeah.
Taking these buckets full of fish and just throwing them in streams.
I'm taking my grandkids. I take a day off, find one down by Harrisburg, and we go and stock trout, and they absolutely love it. They talk about it. When are we doing that again? So
Yeah, it's great. A
Love
lot
it.
of fun, and it's free. Free
And-
entertainment.
Do you fish?
I do not fish. This could be a whole segment. This could be a question out of the hat here, out of the box. I'm easily bored. You know that.
Yeah.
And I have a short attention span.
So patience is not.
I can't do anything with patience. It's a genetic problem I have. But also,
among others. but-
among others. But also, is this normal? And I'm not kidding around. I remember this when I was a kid. I didn't want to hurt the fish
Oh,
when I saw the hook in there, and I didn't want to even wrap the earthworm around. I'm a sensitive guy.
You're finished.
Yeah,
this.
I
I'm
wanna-
leaving.
look
I'm
at their
leaving.
See you
later.
I'm leaving.
Show.
We're
Shortest
not going to
brown
go
bag
down
ever.
that.
I can't
discussion.
control who I am. That's me. I didn't want to hurt the worm on the hook.
Well, fishing's not for everybody.
I
Oh,
still
please.
say.
You are talking to the wrong guys about that.
I know, but I'm just saying this is my default.
It's your thing. Okay.
I
Do
say.
you eat fish?
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that's
Yeah.
preaching to you.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't.
You just don't want to kill it. You'll eat it, but you don't want to kill it.
Yeah. But it's not that either. It's not that I have a stance I don't want to kill it. It's just hard for me to do.
Okay.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah,
that-
there's.
use it.
It's all
Yeah.
right.
Use an artificial bait where you're not worried about
I did that. I used to use
feelings.
spinners, and then I'd catch the fish, and I'd see this hook in its lip, and I'd be like, "Oh, someone get this out!
see.
I don't want to hurt the lip."
You work with them every day. Are
I
you
do.
embarrassed for him right now?
You're saying that's. You have no problem ripping the lips off of a fish.
And then I gut it. And then I eat it.
Yeah, but I don't want to cause pain to anyone or anything except my
You do to
colleagues.
your audience
I was
every
gonna say,
morning.
I
Are you
was
kidding
saying-
me?
I was just saying, except my colleagues and my audience. I don't know. I don't know how unusual it is, but that's where I'm at.
No, I think there's other people that are that way.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
If I see a spider in my shower, I won't squash it. I feel I have to save it and I let it go. I don't like to kill anything.
Wow.
But it's not like a stand.
Have you seen, like,
because I
have you
eat
seen-
hamburgers and
have-
cheeseburgers and I
Did-
love
Did
it.
you seek out medical attention for this disorder?
No, just let's move on to the brown
Let's
bag.
move on.
Let's move on to the brown
Who's
bag.
picking first?
I think we have to have the guest pick
Yeah.
first. We're going to start
Brian,
with
you're going
Brian.
first.
He's
All
going to
right, so I
what's he
pick and
gonna
I
do?
answer, right? Or does
Are you
everybody
gonna dig
answer?
or is he,
Is he going to dig or is he
You
going to go on the
ask, you go
surface?
first,
And
and then we'll all chip in.
All right,
Folks,
I'm-
as he picks, I
I'm
want you to
going deep.
remember, your question could be right there. Brown bag, one word,
I'm
at
going deep.
WNEP.com.
I'm going to the bottom.
hope
where
he gets a
it's
really
probably been
random
in
one.
there since.
No, because
How
I
often
stir-
you changed it?
I stir them up. No, there's additions
Oh,
and
this is-
deletions.
Yeah,
Big
once they're
piece of
asked,
paper.
they get thrown out.
Look at Jake. He's nervous.
I am.
He's nervous.
Okay, so this is from David Baker. Should I preview the question?
Yes,
before I read it
yes,
out loud?
because we don't want to edit.
No.
No editing.
Okay.
Look at he's thinking. The eyebrows are moving. If you don't like it, just hit the bell and move on. I don't know.
But even if it seems ridiculous.
Yeah, we want the ridiculous.
I think this is okay.
All right. It's been screened.
Okay, David's question is, I was wondering if you guys could tell me why Santa Claus says ho ho ho. Is it because he had a fight with his wife and she kicked him out and he had to find comfort in another woman's arms? I know all males are pondering this question.
No, I think
Happy
this is
holidays.
I think this is a good question. See, happy All right, now. Would you
This
think-
shows how random these questions
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
But I have a.
This might have been a wham.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, if you were to say, do an impersonation of someone laughing, no one would go ho ho ho. Why is
No.
it Santa only gets the ho ho ho? Is it he? Why isn't it ha ha ha? What? Where's
Who
the
decided?
And
Santa?
who made it up, right? That's
yeah,
more
why
importantly.
ho ho ho? When you really think about
Ho,
it.
ho, ho.
Yes,
I have no idea.
and it's universal. Like
Dave-
everyone
Maybe
would say,
that's what a ball
David
full of jelly,
Baker,
belly
this is a
full of
very
jelly
good
means.
question, and I think you've stumped 4 guys.
You stumped 4 guys.
Yeah,
the
we
origin
don't
of
know.
sin.
Ho ho.
He's the only guy I know that laughs like that.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Is it a
Me too.
laugh? Or
That's
is
what
it
I mean. Is it even a laugh?
And I don't think he was ever kicked out of the house by his wife.
No,
think Mrs.
Mrs.
Claus-
Claus is
Oh.
too nice.
Relationship.
You heard that? Somebody told you
She
bad
must be.
info.
She's
too
a
nice,
saint.
but
No,
yeah.
and they seem like an awesome relationship.
Yes.
You think Santa would put a hook through a worm?
Wait. After my stories and now this question, I'm surprised you 2 guys are still here. You're gonna stick around.
And we
Hey, if
haven't
this is
moosed
the
you yet.
start, we're
we,
up
have,
there.
we haven't moosed you yet.
Sometimes we answer questions, sometimes we don't. But the
Okay.
origin of why Santa says ho ho ho
That's-
it's intriguing.
Are you going to Google it when we're done?
I might.
So do I put this back in, or does this stay
No, that
out?
gets
Throw it
it.
on the
This
floor.
gets thrown
Why
on
can't
the
it be
floor.
ha ha
Why can't it be?
ha?
That's French. You can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Wee, wee, wee.
Jake. Jake's nervous. I can
First
see.
question.
I'm aware of the bird question rule, so he's setting himself up.
Okay, well we'll
Borderline.
accept it because you guys are
Okay.
here. We'll take
All
your
right.
questions.
I'm seeing lots of robins, and it seems really early in the year for that.
Is this current?
Yeah, February 12th.
Oh, so it's a new question.
Yeah. Let's see. I usually notice them in March and April. Can any correlation be made of the early arrival and departure of animals and weather trends to come?
The perfect man to answer. You guys are here. This is a perfect question for you.
So we're going to talk about birds just one more time. So you know how birds migrate, right? They
Many,
go
not
south
all.
and they
Yes.
come out. Many, not all. So the snow goose population is out of control in the country. But people wait for early February to go to Middle Creek to see anywhere from 70,000 snow geese to 150,000 snow
Middle
geese.
Creek is
Middle
where
Creek
again?
is a nature. It's in Kleinsfeltersville.
Lancaster County.
Yeah,
Lancaster
Lancaster
County,
County.
okay.
So it's an annual migration, right?
deal.
Big deal. This year, the most they had was 40, and as of today, there's 8,500, only 8,000. At this day last year, there were 120,000.
Wow.
So they know there is a correlation on what these weather patterns are doing to animals.
Yeah, and I love how we have the natural side from you and now the atmospheric and meteorological side. Yeah, sure. As climate changes, animals become quickly adapted to that. And robins, he mentioned robins. It's
Yeah.
a myth that robins all leave. Many of them stay. And the more that stay and see that the winters are less havoc for
Right.
them, and there's more food resources, they're going to keep staying.
Yeah.
So there's a continuum and an evolution that could happen on a
I
generation.
imagine if
or
there's
two.
no snow cover, robins are
They're-
going to have worms.
They're
and
not.
they're
Yes,
going to have everything.
they're going to have everything. So some leave, some stay. But the more that are going to keep staying with the milder winters, the more you're going to see.
And that's a good question even with mammals, because right now there's studies going on with our snowshoe hares. They should be turning totally white by the middle of December and start turning back to brown by March and April. Some snowshoe hare, based on research, aren't turning white. They are
Natural selection happening. So what do you mean? They're
well, that's the study. Is it because we used to get weeks and weeks of snow early or late,
But they
or
would turn white?
they're not turning white?
Well, they would turn white to blend
To blend in with the
Right,
snow.
but I'm saying I thought maybe that it's the ones that turn. So they turn white to match the snow.
Right.
So what if they turn white and,
And
there's
there's
no
no
snow?
snow.
They're eating, so those
Their
genes don't go
predation
anywhere.
levels
That's
are way
that's
up.
what
That's
that's what the
interesting,
study's about.
That's interesting.
Are
I would
we-
say the ones that turn white early
Yeah,
they're not camouflaged and they get eaten and their genes don't go anywhere.
It's like an albino or piebald deer. In the middle of the winter with no snow, anybody could pick that animal walking through the woods
Yeah.
along with predators.
You brought up the snow geese, though. I did it on the Pennsylvania Road last year with the confused snow geese out in central Pennsylvania, because some of them make a stopover in Northumberland County,
Yeah,
Montour County, that area.
Anywhere there's open water.
Yes. And normally they're there for a couple days on their way. This last year, they were there for like a month.
Yeah,
And we went out, and there were probably 10, 20,000
right.
in the field we were looking at them. It's incredible.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it's the noise.
When they take
Oh,
off.
yeah.
That comes from, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they take off. It's,
and
it's
the
amazing.
feces.
You should see him smiling when we're set up with 3 cameras right at
You love
daybreak,
it.
I love it.
standing next to the naturalist, and up comes 70,000 snow geese at the same time.
It's deafening.
And then they do this tornadic little thing before they take off, and you're just standing back saying, "My
You're
God."
in awe.
Yeah.
And you would be great because you got to be there first thing in the morning. So
Oh,
early
perfect,
riser.
perfect.
But back to the question, they're not doing what they normally do. And you're saying now with more robins that stick around because there's food and because there's the
Resources,
more
yeah.
we're going to see.
So obviously, yeah, climate change is going to affect
I think
the
so.
entire ecosystem in so many ways, including all the creatures and
Yeah, I agree.
animals and plants that are a part of it. All right, now we have to stop. No more bird talk.
So we
This is
allowed
it.
we allowed a bird question.
Only because you two are here, we allowed
Yes.
bird questions.
All right, yeah.
Otherwise, that thing would have been.
Okay.
All right, are you next?
Next
or
question's
mine?
about cured meats. Then we know this.
Oh, by the way, look what's still in here by the loofah bar.
Oh, see that?
You guys don't know the story about that. I'll tell you quick. In one brown bag episode, it came up. How did we get to the loofah?
I don't think I was here for that one.
Oh, I take my wife's loofah that she washes with, and I clean the shower and bathroom.
Oh gosh.
And I never told her. And she still does not know to this day.
Oh,
don't
like she
use
doesn't
your-
watch these.
She doesn't listen.
You don't
to
use
all
a
that.
tooth. You don't clean with a toothbrush, too, do you?
No, but I'm telling you, these are great cleaners.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
And then you just leave them in there, and no one knows. What's the big deal?
There's no big deal.
Thank you.
It's a guide thing.
I like how WNEP in some ways does not have a dress code. The anchors are well dressed, but not uptight looking like other news channels. The weather team is quite diverse, with Kurt looking dad nerdy, Joe looking casual fun, Valerie looking mommy, and Allie looking prim and proper. Jeremy looking over the top fashion conscious.
Yes.
Wow.
Are there any rules here? Oh. Ooh.
Rules.
Dress code.
Rules. Look
So-
at we all want to say
Well,
the right
Jake
thing.
and I come in most days in camouflage.
Yeah,
and-
but you guys
and
are a different.
jeans
You
and
guys are a
fluorescent
whole
orange
different
and stuff.
sector.
We
because
are.
your show is
Yeah.
outdoor related. Obviously, no one wants to see someone hunting in a suit and tie.
So do you feel compelled to wear a tie and a dress shirt, or did somebody say, our anchors should always be wearing?
I don't think I've ever been specifically told anchoring the news you have to wear a shirt, tie, and a suit. But I just feel it's understood
expectation.
that that's just
Yeah.
Right.
what I should do.
As-
When you first started here, you wore a shirt and tie, right?
I wore a shirt and tie to a point where I was going to quit because I wasn't myself for the first 5-6 months. And I'm thinking, I have nothing to lose. I already have a teaching job. I don't need to work here.
You look like a dweeb.
Yeah, I hated it.
You did.
So I'm like, what are they going to do? I'll start wearing shorts and being more me. And if they fire me, so what? I was going to quit anyway. And that evolved into them allowing to be me because it had a better outcome and the public accepted it and I was more fun and casual and it worked.
Did you get kickback the first time you did it?
I don't remember.
Did you ask permission?
I think so.
Or you just did it?
I do remember an old news director once. This is what really ticked me off. That set me out. And I'm thinking, I quit. I'm done here. It was a morning in the 30s, the temperature. And I didn't wear gloves when I presented the weather. This is when I first started here, within the first year. And he pulled me in his office and said, Joe, people watch the meteorologist in the backyard to know how to dress and dress their children. So I want you to start wearing gloves when it's cold.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, what?
I don't wear gloves ever.
I don't wear gloves either. I'm like a caveman, like no gloves, except if I'm biking or something.
Right.
So I'm like, screw this. I'm quitting. I'm done. It was a series of events. And I'm like, no, I'll just... And I think it was that next show or that following week that I wore shorts instead. That may have started the shorts thing.
Right.
I'm like, I'm just going to be me.
Well, I'm glad you didn't quit. Because we
No,
would
but
miss
what's-
chasing your butt on Go Joe rides, and we would miss your humor. In the
Hey, but you got to love about WNEP. There's a. How do you describe this? It's looser. It's not uptight like many other channels.
And I
you
think
can
that's
watch.
what people appreciate.
People
about it.
appreciate that we're regular folks. No one wants to see, with the exception of the anchors. You guys are reporting accidents, murders. You have to have a presentation.
Yeah, I guess when you think about that, anchors, there's just in the public still
Yes.
that mindset that the news anchors are going to be dressed
and
up.
it-
I
but
have
it
seen in
does-
some areas it changing.
It does betray a sense of what respect, like we respect
his position.
you. Yeah, in your position,
Professionalism.
professionalism. And people, like Walter Cronkite and like those
Yeah, there
old
is a little
style
bit of that,
guys.
right.
They put on this. I'm telling you about something very
Right.
important, and it's associated with the suit and a tie. I think.
I do know that in the past with the reporters, the male reporters, it was strict that you couldn't wear jeans and you had to wear a tie.
Right.
That has relaxed even
That
now.
relaxed.
Yeah, I
And
noticed
I think that's fine too. Now, when I noticed that
the
the
reporter
reporters
never knows what he's coming
you don't know
into
what you're
until
going
that
to.
morning.
If they know that they're going to courts or things like
Yes.
that, I noticed that a
Yeah.
lot of the guy reporters will wear a tie. Obviously, there was a time where women weren't allowed to wear sleeveless dresses on.
Or show their ankles in
Yeah,
public.
and that's
Yeah.
what's funny about me always wearing a suit and tie, and you guys will get this, is that the viewers are so stunned when I post a picture of myself out hunting in deer season.
Oh, yeah.
I told him it's like seeing your high school principal at the mall or something. You're like, what?
What? Oh yeah,
They're,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
so
yeah.
wow,
Regular
you're
clothes?
a hunter.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm always
Yeah,
their
you-
vision of me is always in a shirt and tie.
Yeah.
But their next thought process is, wow, he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a regular
You know,
guy.
he's a regular
Yeah,
guy.
he's a regular
He
guy.
probably barbecues like everybody. He probably takes his families to Knobles.
Cleans his
he's
ears.
You know
cleans his
what's
ears.
funny is that Facebook and us being involved in social media has allowed that side of us
Yes.
to get out there.
Yeah.
And,
And it's
to
more
be able to
relatable.
show
Yeah.
that I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
You know, you're able to post what you're up to. I do what I'm up to, and it's so funny though how often people are like, "You do this?"
I think
I'll
you
go
need
to
to
this-
barbecue in your suit next summer.
Yeah.
I go to the beach in my suit and tie.
I want to see you guys hunting with a formal suit on.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Can
Never
I just-
happened. Here, and I'm even going to throw the moose at you.
As long as I have Brian here, I got to tell a quick story because it's related to this. I was a reporter in Johnstown before I got the job here. I was going to a trial to cover a trial. It got canceled. The assignment editor said, "We're going to send you to Elk County for the elk hunt instead. Today's the first day of the elk hunt." I'm in a
So
suit
you're in
and
a
tie.
suit and tie.
And so we were already on our way there because the courthouse was that direction. So we kept going to Elk County. I'm there for the weigh-in of the elk that have been hunted. And who do I run into but someone from WNEP? And it's Brian.
He was the geek in the suit.
He was the geek in the suit.
And Brian was like, "Dude,
No.
Yeah.
what are you wearing?" I didn't know
these-
Brian. I'd never met him before in my life.
These
were
weigh-ins
there.
are muddy.
First of
they're
all,
bloody,
I'm from Elk County, and
Get out of here. That's
I'm from
funny.
Elk County, and that was in my station,
And that had to
WJAC's
be-
market. And at first, when I pulled up and I saw a WNEP truck, I was
Yeah.
like, "What are they doing here? This isn't their
That
market."
had to be 2000,
That
2001.
would have been probably
Maybe-
2001.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
the spark that ignited your curiosity in job hunting to come here.
To come here.
I think he said, "Wow, there's another guy over 6'5" that
Yeah.
works on TV. I'm coming to Scranton."
And Brian was like, "What are you wearing?" That was what he said to me.
We were in our fluorescent orange
Oh, yeah.
gear. Because
What,
we
you
had ju-
remember that too?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we went out the very first elk hunt. We were over the shoulder of a guy from Schuylkill County who shot the very first elk in the state of Pennsylvania in 70 years. And we were back at the way station, but we were dressed in our hunting garb.
Well, the front page of the St. Mary's newspaper has a whole thing about, I think it was the first elk drawing that WNEP did it, aired it live?
We
or aired it on the POL or
we
something?
aired it. We mixed it to a half-hour special.
It was on the front page of the paper that this was going to be on TV in Scranton.
We
Wilkes-Barre.
took a
Like,
whole,
it
we
was
took a
that
whole
big of a
production
deal.
crew. We took the production truck, and,
Wow,
and we
so-
made a whole half an hour.
So
out of it.
anyways, there's the backstory of
That's
Brian and I have
interesting.
history of me being all dressed up.
Of you being
There's
in
a picture
tie
of
on a
John
hunting
in the game commission garage wearing a suit,
And
that
they mock
everybody
it
just
to this
mocks.
day.
That's awesome. There's a little history there.
All
I
right.
did not know that.
Here I go.
Oh, you went right at the top there.
Right in the middle.
Are you telling me before you open that, you just caught a fish and you see a hook in his lips? You have no problem ripping that out?
No problem at all. I do it for my kids too because they don't like taking the hook out.
Hey,
All right, it
Not
starts
everybody
out
can do
You're
with
the only sensitive guy here.
you are.
Wait, what?
Where are we at here?
Are you throwing it on the
Here's
ground?
the bell, buddy.
No, I'm not ringing a bell, but okay, the first name is Sewing Fool Hardy. What is the make and model of your coat sewing machine? Oh, that must be for Allie.
Does it say it's for Allie?
It doesn't
because
say it on here, but it must be because it's
for Allie because she looms her own clothes is the lie that I made up.
Oh,
So they want to
see.
know. Do you think they're playing along or they're really curious?
I think they're real. I think it's true.
You think it's what?
That they really think
They
it.
really think. So Allie
Allie, go ahead.
does not make and loom her own clothes. One of my many lies.
Allie has 30 coats that are the most elaborate
Oh, they're
coats,
beautiful.
and yet people believe
She makes
that
them.
she makes these
them.
coats. She has brand names on the pocket. They still believe that
She's a new
makes-
mom. She doesn't have time to be looming clothes.
That was just one of my lies. I think, would that be my second greatest lie? I think the first greatest lie is that Noreen is my sister.
Oh man, I hated answering that question.
Everywhere,
I hated
everyone
you for
went.
We're
that.
still answering
It
that
doesn't
question.
matter
You're
where we were. Hey, I love Pennsylvania outdoor life. Hey, listen, honestly, it's Joe. And I hated you at that time.
And people would not believe you if you said no.
No, he said it on the air. I said, I
Yes.
don't care what he said.
Everything
on the
that
air.
comes out of his
Noreen
mouth
is
is true.
not
I
Joe's
hated you for
sister.
that. They
And the
didn't
only
care about
reason-
anything else.
And the only reason I got my job is because Noreen is my sister, and she's married to Tom Clark, and Tom Clark's family owns the business.
Yes, that's
And a
right.
lot of people still think that
that's
Clark's
the
own WNEP.
WNEP.
Yes.
Folks, these are
Nepotism
all
at its
lies.
finest.
That was probably that's the best lie. But I hated you for it. It didn't matter where we were.
Everywhere.
Everybody asked that question.
And even everywhere we go today, is Snedeker just like he is on TV? That's the main question.
What do you say to that?
I tell them a
Say
real
what?
quick story. When you first started, I went around the building to other on-air people, and I said, he's not going to last.
He's not gonna last.
His shtick, people that have shticks run out.
Oh.
Joe Zone, an old name, he was the person that everybody loved to hate, right? I thought you were going to run out of shticks because it was all fake.
You burn up.
Right. But when you started, like, really showing your own personality, and I realized, no, this is the real deal. This is him.
Oh,
right?
You're so kind.
But you got to admit, you were so off the wall when you first started, like from the norm. I mean, here's Tom Clark, and then there's Snedeker, and I told everybody he's going to burn out. Maybe a year, maybe less, maybe more. But you
Wow,
can't
we better get the
you can't
confessional
keep
out.
that thing going that long
Yeah.
unless it's real. You know what I mean?
now I feel
and then I
honored.
said, this is him. So
Oh.
yes, your answer to your question is he the same on and off? Yes, it's him.
Even weirder
real.
off.
What?
Even weirder off
Yeah.
camera.
Well, you have learned a couple of filters. All right. Because that's also, I say, he's a guy with no filter. But you have filtered it down.
Every so often, the filter kicks in.
Yeah.
The age. I'm going to
So
be
how
50.
many rounds of brown bag am I?
Yeah, we're
going
to
to
try
try pulling
two
again.
We're going to try 2. Who knows? Maybe 3.
All right,
But
let's
thanks, Jake. I think.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a compliment. You're a real deal. You're not fake.
Oh, I love
People-
that.
People that try to be fake, they burn out.
That's awesome.
That's one of the things I love about WNEP is everyone's pretty much real.
this is-
Real.
They're
You're
real.
right.
They're real people.
Yep.
Uh-oh, here it is. The
This
eyebrows
is-
are up
this
again.
This is an easy one.
Oh,
This is from Kevin Fabian.
what does Kevin want to know?
He wants to know if you guys be able to do the weather in the studio for one time.
I wonder why he's asking that. Because we built this new studio set, and we've been using it all last summer, and now this will be the second summer of severe weather. So whenever there's severe weather, we go in the studio and we cover it because it's severe business. I mean, we're talking about tornadoes, deaths possible, life threatened. But the whole bit of WNEP is doing weather live in the backyard.
Yes.
So we resort to the backyard as our default. But if it's too violent out there, thunder, lightning, gusty winds, or there's something happening violent in the area, we come in and we go in our severe studio. But yeah,
What better way to show the weather than being
Did
outside
to be
in the
out.
weather?
We got to be in
The,
it.
back to your sister. She was out there in the
Umbrella inside out.
and the umbrella went, whoo, and she went, woo! That was priceless. That you can't tell the story better than what happened to her outside.
I agree. I'm even going to say this: WNEP has been around with the backyard set since when? Late 70s?
Definitely late 70s.
Way before, of course, all of our time.
Yeah,
And I think that's one of the main secrets to WNEP is the backyard weather set.
I agree.
Something about
How
it.
many more stations do you know that do weather
They
outside?
started copying WNEP.
Right. We were the only ones in the 80s, and then when whoever owned us started buying other television stations, they started implementing outdoor weather.
But I've seen
The
the
New
other
York
ones.
Times.
They look forced and fabricated.
Right.
Ours is more natural.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah,
all
the
it is.
water and everything, right?
Everything.
But it is interesting because it's so.
Well, Jake, that is a
foreign.
fake waterfall.
It is a fake waterfall.
But, real quick
And
about
I've tried to catch the fish out of there, and they're not biting ever.
real quick about our new studio. Joe now does one of the what we call a bump, so saying what's coming up in the studio. And you know how WNEP, we have so many traditions here. And
Yeah.
there were some here that were nervous.
Yeah, like
You're
how dare
bringing
he's
him
not gonna fly.
inside.
Weather's meant to
This
be
is a slippery slope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not a slippery slope. It's just a way for us to
Before
interact
you-
and be a little different
Right.
going into a commercial.
Before
break.
you know it, I'm gonna have a suit and tie on and be inside during the weather.
No way. No way. That would be like me hunting in a suit and a tie.
Yes.
I'd love to see that. Could we get a fund up to see you hunting with shiny shoes on, suit and tie?
How about I just wear my disco outfit from the 70s?
Perfect.
All right,
Done.
I know.
Is this a good one?
Hi, Joe. Is there a reason why you quit playing this catchy jingle during your weather segments? It gets in my head, and I sing it all day. I miss it.
Which one do you think?
Is
I
he
think that-
talking the Russian?
It's either the Boris Yeltsin
Boris
dance or the
Yeltsin
I'm
dance.
Alive song by the Hooters, which I thought we had that question a couple weeks ago. So
Boris
pick
Yeltsin
another
dance.
one. I
That
think
was
that's a
great.
repeat. Yeah.
Do you
So
do the
that's-
Boris Yeltsin dance
I'm
anymore?
alive. I'm alive. We don't do the Boris
I do
dance
miss the
anymore.
Boris
I
dance.
missed the
I
Boris
think it
dance.
just got old. It ran its course. I'd like to bring it back, but it seems
We're
fake
thinking
now.
of other
Cop.
ways of
Yeah, something.
little musical.
What are you trying to?
Stay tuned.
We
do you
gotta
got,
bring a
Jake?
chicken.
All
the
right.
chicken
Here we go. Oh, he's liking this
What's
one.
your go-to order when getting Chinese food, and do you eat the fortune cookie?
All right, Jake. What do
Signed,
you got?
just a ham and egg eater from NEPA.
A Nipa ham and egg.
I don't see you as a Chinese food
I
guy.
love I
Oh,
love
get
Asian. I
out.
love cooking Asian. Yeah, shrimp made fun, chicken teriyaki. Like I love that. I do not eat the fortune cookies. I think they're just really dry and boring.
They have a
But I love
specific
Chinese.
taste. It's like sweet sugar.
Yeah.
And you're always afraid to bite the fortune inside because you can feel it on your lips.
You open it
Yeah.
up first.
No, I bite it and then get the fortune out.
You ever get the stale ones that taste like a marshmallow?
Yes, yes.
Oh, they're all chewy.
What
and-
do you order?
My favorite Chinese, would you believe, and this goes back to my pierogi roots, is wonton soup. Because they're like,
It's got the pierogi
I,
in it
get,
almost.
I dig in with my hand when no one's looking and eat that. and then close the fridge like it never happened. I will go in the fridge, scoop it out, eat it, and put the lid on, and then that's
Oh
it.
man!
I know.
See, I
With the
love
same hand
I love
that he cleaned the
The
shower.
same
with.
thing that I clean the shower with the loofah.
I love dim sum. I love all.
I do
Oriental.
too. I can eat that every day.
Me
Chinese
too.
food.
I really, to be honest, that's why I love the buffets.
Yeah.
The
Because
Chinese
you really
buffet?
can try a little bit of everything.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I'm
are
not
you a
usually a
Chinese?
buffet
I
guy.
had Chinese last night. My go-to is the boneless spare ribs.
Oh, wow.
Love the
Well, so you're a
boneless spare ribs.
meataholic.
I'm a
like
meataholic.
And I love the Chinese dumplings.
Yep, yep.
They're
Poo-poo
so
platter.
good.
Poo-poo
Poo-poo
platter.
platter is really good, and the
Say
kids,
that,
the
say
kids,
that without smiling.
the kids always laugh
They
if
laugh.
we order a poo-poo platter.
They laugh,
Poo-poo
but it is
platter.
delicious.
Maybe we
please.
should back up. What is so universally good about Chinese food then? What do they master?
I don't
What
know.
is
They
it?
haven't figured out.
Well,
Because if you were to bring up any other, Mexican or some people would be like, yeah, everybody loves
loves
Chinese.
Chinese.
Seems that way.
It's easy to get, right? It's takeouts like to perfection, and I just find that when you eat a carrot, you taste a carrot. Like everything, maybe it's the MSG. I don't know.
I
right?
wonder.
But everything is just brilliant, and when you bite it, it just pops. The flavors pop in your mouth.
Let me ask you this as a cook. The chicken, if you get chicken anywhere else,
Right.
non-Chinese, it's lumpy and striated, fibrous. Their chicken is always thin and very, very, very layered.
Yeah.
Very. What do they do to it? You're the cook.
I'm going to
do
tell
they
you.
beat it?
I'm going to tell you probably beat it, but it's what they're marinated in. In order for chicken to stay juicy like it always is, it's got to be in like a salt
that
brine
thin
or something.
cut.
The
that
thin
it
cut is
stays
what
so
makes it.
juicy. It's amazing. And I thought the same thing. How would I
How would
cut
it-
the chicken and make
I
it
think
work?
they're
like that?
using thigh meat.
I
Like
bet
chicken
thigh.
thigh.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
chicken and broccoli, it's always that thin thigh meat.
Well, this gets me onto this subject. I bring it up quite often. Jake and Brian, you guys know that pigs, there are of course many varieties, are just as smart as many dogs. That is a fact. They're very smart, emotional, social. Think of the things we do to pigs. And
Why?
I'm
We
not-
let
I'm
them
not making-
roll around in slop.
Okay, but
and
I'm not
feed
making a
them.
stance here again. But what I'm saying is, we harvest pigs and no one has any afterthoughts. Most people don't.
Right.
If we did that with one cat or one dog, you would be thrown in jail and the nation would be in uproar.
Absolutely.
And it's all because of what they look like. A pig is not attractive. It rolls around in the mud. It has this big, ugly nose. It's not fair what we do to these things.
Oh, but the bacon.
Well, what if
the
you heard
ham
that
and the
I'm
bacon.
raising cats
Oh,
and eating
see.
them? What if you heard that? Would you look down on me?
You'd go to jail.
You'd go to jail.
I'd go to jail. But
Yeah.
what, if this were, you were right. If this were 10,000 years ago,
You ate what you ate?
they
Whatever you ate.
Yeah.
They would eat dogs, cats, horses, pigs. But now we have these
But do you
cultural
like
norms.
you like pork?
I like pork, yeah. But we have these cultural norms. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to go out and kill your cat and eat it.
Please
don't.
Please don't.
I'm just saying maybe the whole Chinese thing was rooted in truth long, long time ago.
And who knows?
You get desperate enough, and that cat's the only thing running around. And
I'll even say this. If a plane went down with the four of us,
don't ask who you're eating first, please.
Jake looks delicious.
Pick another question.
Doesn't he look delicious?
Just pick another
Oh
question.
man!
You don't think you-
I lost weight, so you wouldn't have as much as you think.
You just look juicy to me.
Thank you.
He's Lithuanian,
guess
so
I-
he probably tasted it.
Lithuanian, Polish, got a lot of
Yes.
sauerkraut in me, buddy.
Nice.
Oh, this is
There's
a
a
long
long
one. I don't know if I can read this. There's a compliment in here. Good morning. As always, you rock. My daughter and I always catch her in the morning. She gets her wake-up bottle. Oh, so she's bottle. I love the naysayers that are so concerned about your shorts in the winter. Keep stirring the pot, my friend. As a PE teacher at Southern Columbia, I rock my shorts daily in support of your movement. As a fellow cyclist, it's your job to toughen up the community one short-wearing day at a time. Keep being great. Go, Joe. That's Ted DeChavonian. Ted, I love it. There's another cultural norm. I get criticized all the time wearing shorts in the winter. It's 20 degrees
Right.
outside. Oh, my God, you're going to get sick. You're going to get a cold. We know that's not true. But yet, you watch any prep school, any Catholic school, and you'll see the girls in their Catholic school
Yeah,
outfits.
you're right.
No one says, "Oh my God, those poor girls are going to get sick." We have these brainwashed
Right.
norms.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I don't know if the audience knows this, but John wears shorts. He just doesn't stand up.
Oh
right?
my God.
He's got shorts on right
He's got shorts
Stand up,
on right
John.
now.
No, when we changed the studio, now I do have to stand up sometimes.
Well,
But
I
you
drop
guys
my
admit,
I
like-
drop my kids off at school every day,
And the kids in shorts.
and make sure you wear a coat. Kids don't have coats, and they're wearing Crocs to school, and most kids don't have socks on,
yeah.
and that's
In the
their
middle of the
choice.
winter, yeah.
So, shorts, Crocs.
I always
It
laugh.
doesn't matter.
It
When I
doesn't
worked
matter.
at my previous shift, I'd be driving into work around 9 o'clock. And so the mornings that there'd be a 2-hour delay because the weather was so cold. And you'd see the kids along the route. 2 hours later, it's 5 degrees warmer?
Yeah.
so
Right.
it's 0.
And they
were probably
I
out
love-
playing in
and
the
you
snow
see
the
high
first 2
schoolers
hours.
in
It's
just
ridiculous.
hoodies
Yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
jeans and stuff like
And
that.
those first 2 hours, they were probably out playing in the snow.
Yes. By the way, this was a compliment. We shouldn't have allowed that. Anyway.
That's what I said in the beginning.
But-
we're doing birds. We're doing
so
compliments.
So this
we're,
one's probably going to be French.
we're breaking all the rules today.
Bonjour.
Is it a requirement for the ladies on the news to wear fake eyelashes now? There's a lot of blinking that goes
Someone
on.
get Mindy.
Look who they're
Sometimes
asking.
Wait, what did you just say? Back up.
There's a lot of blinking that goes on. Sometimes it looks like their eyelashes get stuck and their eyes won't open.
Look who they're asking. We hunt and fish for a living.
Yeah. This question goes to the four of us.
I'm gonna call
And Joe,
Mindy.
I think the
Say
one
it's
line
windy in the
is
studio.
Yeah.
we don't understand their gender. Isn't that
That's
what you
my
say?
line. Yeah. I'm going to call Mindy. She has to answer this because she admits to wearing fake eyelashes every day. Do they ever
Yeah.
get stuck, and is there excessive?
I'm fascinated watching her put them on.
Mindy, could you stop in for a second? We have a question here for you.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh,
come
dear.
On. We're waiting for you. Come on. There's a podcast.
Right.
All right.
Oh dear.
Where's the question? Is this
There's
it?
the question, yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, I'm fascinated watching her sometimes because sometimes it's during a commercial break she's able to.
Do you wear
put those
makeup?
on. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's mainly for glares and stuff,
It's
right?
for I realized early on that I hate wearing makeup.
Right.
But the reality is that the studio lights, if I'm not wearing makeup,
You look washed out. right?
all washed
Yeah,
out,
you look-
blotchy. It's distracting, actually.
Here's Mindy.
He makes me wear a hat because you can't do anything with this.
Mindy, should I
Mindy, you're gonna have to
re-ask
share
you?
Brian's mic. Mike,
Come over here,
Brian
Mindy.
has a better mic.
First of all, no, I don't need a chair. I'm
No,
good.
sit
This is the
down.
question that just came in.
Did I not tell you you needed me for this podcast?
We did need her.
Well,
Mindy, you should have been
Four,
here.
Now we really
four
do.
guys are stumped with this one.
We're
so.
stumped with this. There we go.
Is it a requirement for ladies on the news to wear fake eyelashes now? There's a lot of blinking that goes on, and sometimes it looks like their eyelashes get stuck and their eyes won't open.
Is it a burden? Do they get stuck? Do you excessively
We're fascinated.
blink? Yeah. Tell us about eyelashes, fake ones.
I think that can be true sometimes. They do get stuck every
Like
once
you've
in a
had that
while.
happen?
That happens.
What do
If-
you mean by stuck?
What did they get stuck
Well,
on?
you have to stick them on with glue. And if the glue gets on the lash part, sometimes when they close, they can get stuck together.
And that
But
would cause
why do you
excessive
blink?
Blinking. Because they're stuck. Maybe excessive blinking.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a problem sometimes.
Would you?
I have the
I'm
same
not going to
issue.
be able to stop watching the news now.
Well, that's good.
I'm going to be watching your eyes.
Could you gauge from your colleagues here? Do most females wear fake eyelashes, at least here in the news business, or no?
I would say kind of like maybe half and half. Like more anchors do than reporters, but a lot of reporters do too.
But yours aren't the gaudy, come out, do this, like.
Sometimes they are.
But,
Yeah,
but
depends
yours-
on the person.
If somebody asked me without that question, do you wear them? I would have to say no.
Well,
They
I'm
look
not
so-
wearing them right now.
Okay, so okay.
Now, what brought
But I
on?
do.
Is it the invention of high definition? What brought women to wearing fake eyelashes?
Well, I mean, if you look at old like black and white movies and whatnot, women wear fake eyelashes
eyelashes.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
it-
don't know.
And I think with
I can honestly
television-
tell you, I've never worn
Me
fake
neither. I can
eyelashes.
say I never
John?
have.
No.
You know, this could be a good bit where we put some on just so you guys understand what it's like.
No.
Oh, put them on?
I
Yeah.
do.
I'd rather just put the glue on.
And not open your eyes for a
Yeah,
day.
that'd be excellent. Like, would you try just the glue?
I think I do blink more with fake eyelashes sometimes, so maybe I should be cognizant of that.
And,
So
and
we
I have
answered the
said
question.
for
Yeah.
years that the female anchors have it so much. It's more of a challenge with
True.
all that goes into being TV ready. And the reality is, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, the scrutiny of our viewers watching the female anchors compared to the male, it's not even comparable. I could wear the
No.
same suit coat every day for a month, no one would notice. if she wears the same outfit twice in a month, someone might point it out.
That's true.
Yeah, it's.
Thank you for saying so,
You're
John.
welcome.
You're very
But still,
kind.
we don't understand their gender.
I'll never understand you.
Thank you for allowing me to answer that
Yeah,
question.
I'm glad you came
Thank
in
you
for
for
that. We're
stepping
just
in.
about done anyway, but thanks for helping us
Yeah,
out.
thanks for stepping in.
Thanks, Mindy.
Isn't that something? So the glue does stick, and it gets excessively blinky. Oh, we forgot to ask her if she likes Chinese food. She would say yes.
I bet you Mindy would rip a hook out of a fish's mouth.
Ah, see,
Oh,
these
I
are all the
think she
things we
would.
should still
Yeah,
be here.
yeah.
I think she would.
She definitely would. I don't listen.
Fine.
We're gonna have to take you.
How
on
many
that,
more do
Joe.
we have?
I'd say one more from each of them.
All right.
Now, Sean, I have to ask, the screen went out here. I think it's just have to log in. It should still be recording?
I don't know, move the,
No, but it says it needs a password.
yeah, probably stop recording. We can
Seriously?
figure it out.
All right, but we'll,
Yeah, we'll use the audio for now.
okay. Either way. All
What,
right,
do, what do
so-
you got there, big guy?
Okay, the recipient's name is cut off, so we don't know who this is from.
Okay.
Actually, this is from Jake.
Not me.
Not you.
No.
Why don't you contribute to Brown Bag Ever? That's
I will.
Okay, I'm
He
not
is right
sure
now.
about this one. Tell Joe next time he thinks about complaining about winter, think of the Donner Party and how lucky he is to be in the modern
brought
world.
it up.
You just got done saying I look juicy.
well, they had it tough. My
Oh,
God, yeah.
God, yeah.
I'm not.
I
I don't know.
not
what-
expect this
I
to go
mean,
down
or-
this route.
Think of the Donner.
Well, you can always say things could be worse, and that's about as bad as
That's
it gets.
yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, if you're gonna line up everything about a bad situation, I think that'd be
Yeah,
about.
it doesn't get any
Wow.
worse than
No.
that.
Wow. But could you imagine, if I have this right, that's 1800s, they're traveling west, trying to cross the Rockies. That's the Donner
Yes,
Party.
yes.
Yeah.
Could you?
No.
The-
Let's move
the-
on, Jake.
But no, I'm talking about the braveness of these
Oh
folks.
yeah, to do
In
what
the
they
winter,
did.
You know, we complain if the heat is 4 degrees low here
Right.
at WNEP. They were in canvas horse-drawn wagons in the winter,
It
going
got-
thousands of miles.
It got to brutal survival.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
no,
And
but I-
man will do anything
Yeah.
when you are at your wits' end to survive.
Sure.
And you don't even want to think about it or whatever, but just like any animal, the strong survive.
Yeah.
And if you
Wonder
have
if
to
the
do it,
Donner
you have to
Party
do
had
it, you have to
cats.
do it.
But what if someone said you're going to have a great life on the West Coast,
Yeah.
but right now you have to leave here, no TV, radio, no cars, so you're going out west, and it's going to take 2 months, and you're traveling by carriage, being drawn by a horse, and we don't know what's out there, and we don't know if we're going to be able to eat the entire time because food resources
I don't think
are
they
gonna-
thought like that, Joe.
We're native.
They were
the
in
Native Americans are going to be upset with you. Are you going to? Would you go?
No, but that's knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
In that time, they were saying, "Oh my God, let's pack it all up. We're going on an adventure that's going to be better for our family. We're going to
I
prosper."
get that, but there's still
Yet
so many risks.
they didn't look at it like
And
that.
now we're pampered, and now we're risk takers.
And you think of just the prospect of having land.
Yes.
And your own land and what that meant, that they'd risk everything.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just to
and
head
they
west.
and they did.
And they did. It really is fascinating to
It
think
is.
of that.
I know. How times have
Now, how about the guy that wrote in about the Donner Party, though?
He's going to keep going through.
Jeremy
until he's set.
Lewan said tonight, "We are due for a nice snowstorm. Is that like a minor hurricane?"
This guy's speaking my language. What do you guys think about that? Out of all the natural atmospheric extremes that cause havoc, death, destruction, and insurance claims, flash flooding, droughts, gusty winds, hurricanes, I'll even throw in earthquakes and volcanoes. People still romance about snow, and I don't know why. It's a horrible thing. But yet, oh, snow is coming. I want a foot. Why is that? And I know you guys are probably all opposite my feeling.
Well,
It's
I
the
live
only-
in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
All right, I live in Pennsylvania, and I've chosen to stay here because I like all 4 seasons.
I think that's a horrible argument. What if someone lives in Florida, but they don't want hurricanes? Would they say, well, you live here, you better like hurricanes?
Well, I'll listen to them once, and then my next time they complain, I say, well, then leave.
I love the
I
seasons.
chose not to leave. I want snow. I want frozen lakes to go out on. I like the smell of spring and the sounds of waking up in the morning while turkey hunting. I like sitting around a pool with friends in the middle of the summer. And in the fall, all of our hunting comes in, and the smell of acorns and the smell of the fall. I think snowfalls could be nice.
I love the seasons too. I just don't want any snowstorms ever for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we also don't take hooks out of fish.
You know,
You're painting a really good picture of yourself.
Jake, you hit the nail on the head kind of how I feel too, is that I've chosen to stay, and I do love the amazing variety of what we have here.
Yeah.
Even in a
Well, what
winter
if
like
someone
this.
said I chose to stay in Southern California and I embrace the earthquakes?
Where can
I
you
feel
go
like
that
I-
there's not a risk of something?
Well, that's what I'm saying, but
I feel like snowstorms
have to
compared to
like
those
them.
risks is less destructive.
It's definitely less, but I still think it's a major headache for so many people,
you
for wildlife, for
meteorologists
senior
are screwing
citizens.
it up now so bad with this weather forecast. We're not going to get snow in another 30. I may not see it, but
This
there
was an awesome winter.
Well, things are different than they were when we were kids too. When we were kids,
were.
a snowstorm was 12 inches. Now you get an inch and it's a
It's a big deal.
storm,
It really
There's
is.
no school.
and there's
Yeah.
no school.
I got to tell you one thing.
They wouldn't
I
cancel
do
the
agree.
Donner Party going right.
As I get older, and I'm not old, but as I get older, I hate more and more cleaning a car off. I hate shoveling snow. But that's that's because of my age.
No, I hated it when I
and
was
bones aching. See, I never minded. I used to look for neighbors to go and shovel their
And
snow.
that,
I
and that
loved
probably is why a lot of retirees head south.
it. And that's
Yeah.
I'm
because
almost.
they just get tired of the ache of the cold and all that kind of
Now,
stuff.
as sportsmen, when deer season comes, we want snow.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We want snow.
Yeah,
easier
every
to
deer
see
season,
tracking
everyone
and-
watches.
Well, it's
the-
easier to see a deer on a white background.
Everyone's watching the forecast leading up
Yeah.
to the beginning of deer season because they want a little bit of snow is enough to spot a deer so much easier than
And
none.
then track it if you have to track it, and on and on.
All right, I'm the loser who doesn't like snow, who doesn't like to put hooks on
You
earthworms,
said it, buddy.
and I take a bath every day.
With the loofah.
Well, no, I clean the tub at the end with the loofah because I will leave a grime ring, and then this scrubs it off nicely.
So I don't think we overstepped any boundaries on this show.
We didn't. I thought it was a great one, and it was injected with a lot of wildlife stuff, which fit you guys perfect.
We broke your rules. There
It's
was
okay.
a compliment
It's
and
okay.
there was a bird
A
question.
bird question.
I just want to thank you for joining us. And future questions, you see what they're like, folks, right? Keep them coming. Brown bag at WNEP.com. Brown bag at WNEP.com.
Thank you for
And now
having
we're
us.
going to end with what we did a couple weeks ago. You were here. Remember the question came in? Does anyone ever sing to Don Jacobs?
John Jacobs Jingleheimer Smith. His name is my name too. And when you're going out, the people always shout, there goes Don Jacobs Jingleheimer Smith.
Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.